Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 23 of our All the Mods 9 to the Sky Let's Play series, where today we are doing some experimentating with our phytogenic insulators and speeding them up with nether star seeds and all kinds of good stuff with mystical agriculture. So yeah, let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where we can fly and we can do all the things. I'm sorry, it's nighttime. Jeez, I don't know my days and my nights anymore because I was in Iceland and the sun never set, and it just made everything all crazy. Though that's also a lie. The sun did actually set. It just stayed bright most of the time because the sun didn't set too terribly below the horizon. Anyway, that all being said, welcome back to another episode here, where today we've got some stuff and things that we're going to work on, a little bit of maintenance and stuff. I know last episode was maintenance-y. But we got things that we need to take care of. We've been kind of progressing pretty quick in some things, and there's some things that we want to take care of to make things easier for us going forward. So yeah, we're going to dive into a couple different mods today and start working on getting us some infrastructure and some more mods and things like that. So yeah, let's get ourselves on started. So first things first, I've updated the pack to version 1.08a, I believe is what it is. It has a bunch of quest updates and things like that. Like Draconic Evolution has a quest chain in here, which is pretty dang massive. A couple other quests have been updated, fixed. I think like the storage quest has been completely redesigned and everything. So there's like a whole bunch of new stuff inside of here that wasn't there before. So yeah, lots of stuff, updates and things that happened in between. There was a reason I mentioned the updates, but now I can't remember what it is. So, oh well. If you notice down here below, last episode I was complaining that our angel ring told us that we were running out of power. There is a config option that you can change in here. So if you go into your pack, you go to mods, you come over here, you type angel ring. Angel ring 2 is the mod. We go to config, you go to your common, modify, general, and your XP warning level. It is set to 3 at the moment. You want to change that to -1. Normally, the angel ring, if it's not in classic mode, will cost experience in order for you to be able to fly. The experience cost is set to 0 in this pack, but the warning level was set to 3. So if you have less than 3 levels on your person, it's going to warn you that your angel ring is running out of power, even though it's not utilizing any power. So change that to -1. It disables that config entry, and you no longer have to worry about it. There is a GitHub issue open for this, and I believe the fix has been merged, so at some point it should show up in the pack. But who knows when. Anyway, so today what I'd like to work on, a couple shout outs real quick. First off, we have Unpronounceable with 2 shout outs for him. They mentioned that in ME, one of the mods, there is the ME Precise export bus, which allows you to precisely export stuff. It's from Extended AE. It allows you to export items and fluids in specified quantities. It only exports if the container can fully accept the output. So I'm not entirely sure. I asked if there was something similar to the regulator from Refined Storage, where I can say, hey, when I export something, I want you to take a look at the inventory. So like, for example, we have an export bus exporting into this chest with our enriched obsidian. Ideally, I would not keep 64 of each of these in there. I would keep 8 in there. It's just a little bit more resource conservative. Granted, we're on a Skyblock, so I don't need to be resource conservative. But if this was a regular series and stuff, non-Skyblock series, I would definitely not want to keep 64 of each of these, plus 64 in each of these. It's a lot of resources that we have burnt through, a ton of diamonds in order to get us to this point, and we don't need all of that necessarily. So Refined Storage has a regulator where I could put it inside. It's a add-on for it, or a card that you can put in, and the regulator says, hey, only put 8 in that inventory. Look inside of the inventory. How many does it have? Oh, it has 6. Okay, we're going to request 2. Oh, what's in the inventory? 8. Good. We don't need to request any more. You no longer need to use your crafting card. Hold it until more get in. So it would always keep 8 in each slot. The precise export bus from Extended AE kind of sort of seems like it will do that. The only thing here is this says it only exports if the container can fully accept the entire output. So what it seems to me is what happens is that it exports items. It'll export 3 every single time. Like for this cobblestone, it'll export 3 out every single time. but it's not going to check the inventory to see can it only accept 3, because it's checking if the container can accept that output. So it's not limiting it to 3. What it's doing is seeing if that container can hold that many. So for this example right here, this has 62. If you were to put 3 cobble in there, it would overflow into a new stack. It can't fit, so it stops. That's kind of not, I mean, I can see use cases for that, but that's kind of not what I was looking for. I'm looking for something like the regulator, which can just check the inventory. If there's more than that, don't do anything. If there's less, do it. Unpronounceable also mentioned the ME requester. This is sort of like the refined storage requester. You hook this up to your network. You can put patterns in there, and you can say, hey, keep, or you can put requests in there. So say, keep something that we craft. I don't know. Keep, I don't know. What do we craft? What's something that we can craft? Keep basic capacitors in stock, and I want 128 of these always in stock. So when I pull this out and I take out the 63, it's going to automatically request new ones. Make sense? Again, I mean, that is handy, and we probably will use something like that in the future, but not anything that I need to use sort of right now. I want to shout out Astra Striker. Astra Striker mentioned in the last episode that we can take our dragon head and our dragon egg, and with the dragon egg, or the dragon head, we can get Dragon's Breath by utilizing a Zycraft extractor, and the Dragon Egg will just duplicate Dragon Egg. So we're going to go ahead and set that up right now and get these 2 things going. And I think right here is going to be perfectly fine for both of these. So let's go ahead and set drawers, and we'll get extractors set up. We'll go something like this, and then the extractors. Taught the system how to make these extractors, by the way. I don't know how many more of them we're going to need, but we have them available to us now. So if I take the dragon head and I place it here, that should start, but I kind of want it to face the correct, like I want it to be, I'm drifting too much. There we go. Okay, cool. So now I think it's 10 seconds, it'll produce Dragon's Breath, and Dragon Egg. Every 15 seconds, we will get a new Dragon Egg. There we go, Dragon's Breath in the system. We can go ahead and lock this drawer. And then once we get a Dragon Egg over here, we'll lock this drawer. Now the Dragon's Breath is used much more frequently than the Dragon Egg, but the Dragon Egg is used for some of the endgame crafting. So we've locked that. We can now go ahead and link it so that we have access to both of those in the system. And we can take our Dragon's Breath that we got, which we didn't really get terribly too much, throw it in there. But now we'll see that we have the 16 and now 17, okay? So those are going to be crafting all the time for us, which is great. Dragon's Breath is used for a lot of crafting recipes, as we know, which is why we grabbed it. But the Dragon Egg is used for some of these endgame stuff, like the Dragon Souls, or even Draconic Evolution's going to use it. So we have it going now, which is great, and it'll just continue to process until we hit 2,048 of each of those, and we don't have to worry about it. So thank you for that. What was it again? Astra Striker. Finally, for shoutouts, we have Unpronounceable again, who had mentioned that our phytogenic insulators have not reached their full potential. And the quest book potential that it shows in here is not actually the entire full potential. So we pop into here and we pop into Mystical Agriculture. It talks about how we can go ahead and we can set up phytogenic insulators. Now, we've done all of this stuff, but I just, for some reason, I guess, do I need to just check this? No. Something's bottlenecking me here. Cool stuff to make. There we go. Now we can go through and we've done all this stuff. The phytogenic insulator, you make that. I had mentioned last episode or an episode before that there's no seeds for niter. I am incorrect. There are seeds for saltpeter, and saltpeter makes potassium nitrate, which can be used to craft phytogrow. So we can use the potassium nitrate. So we're going to get that set up and get phytogrow going to make all of these faster, because we burnt through all of the bone meal that we had already. But with those, we're able to make phytogrow. But if you come all the way down here to the end, it says that the ultimate phytogrow, or the phytocrafter, the phytogenic insulator, is utilizing a draconic integral component and 3 twinite flux linkage amplifiers. However, Unpronounceable says we can get even faster than that. If we take, and I'm reading this off of my phone really quick, a single efficiency nullifier from Thermal Endergy, along with 2 energy nullifiers, this is the fastest that we can possibly make our system. So I'm interested to see what that's going to look like. And I kind of want to compare the two. I want to make the Twinite and I want to make this. The only problem that we have is that we need to, we currently are using the cyclic processing, which the quest calls the lazy way to do things, which understandable it is. It makes it so that we can't fit as many upgrades into here. We could put a drawer up top of here and have the drawer export the seeds down into this and not have to do that. And it's probably a good idea to get that done. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm taking a look at my essence here and I'm trying to think of what essence don't I need to have going all the time anymore. Like what is something that we're not really going to use a whole ton of overall that we need to have all of this essence, like the air seeds. We even talked about that before. Air seeds are something we don't need a lot of. I need to clear 3 spots, right? Because we're going to have 3 more. And I don't necessarily, I'm kind of being a little lazy. I don't want to set up more phytogenic insulators at the moment. Earth seeds, inferium. How are we doing on sugarcane? 7,000. Is that enough? I don't quite know. Is 7,000 enough? N seeds? Now we had just put those in there. Am I going to have to actually go put more seeds in there? Fluic seeds, I guess we don't need so much right now. And I mean, honestly, the experience essence, I mean, we can use that for crafting and everything like that with the enchanter from Mystical Agriculture. That was the whole reason I had set this up, to get enchants and stuff. So I kind of want to keep that, especially since it requires so many silicon seeds. I don't think we need silicon seeds right now, right? We have a ton of essence, and we're not crafting a whole bunch of stuff from Mystical, or from, what's it called? So we'll go ahead and throw those ones in there, and then we can go ahead and craft these guys. So let's go ahead and get these seeds going. We'll start out with our appetite. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me the appetite. If you didn't tell, I went and killed ourselves a few more wither skeletons, or withers too, to be able to make the wither seeds. Saltpeter? Oh, gotta take the seeds out. Haha. So we got appetite seeds. Now, granted, do I need appetite seeds? No, I have 27,000 of them. But again, as we learned with our bone meal, we've literally already burnt through all of the bone meal. So, and we had 27,000+ bone meal. So we'll burn through that appetite at some point if we have this automated and just continually crafting everything. So we have our nether star seeds, and we have everything else. Now, the nether star seeds I'm going to work on putting in last, because I don't exactly know how the nether star seeds are going to work. Because when you put the tier 6 seeds, which is what a nether star seed is, you need to have a crux below it, right? Nether star seeds. And you have to make a crux needed to farm the seeds above. Oh, unless you're using a phyto. I guess that answered my question. I do not need to make the nether star crux because I'm using a phytogenic insulator. That's just going to go ahead and make nether star essence for me. Okay. That's cheesy, but I like it. So the nether star essence, 9 of those makes a nether star shard, and then 3 of those makes a nether star. So it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it works, right? And we're going to get nether stars on craft automatically. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so cool. We have that taken care of. Now my goal is to start working on making these things. I want to make the Twinite, is what it says is the fastest. The Twinite linkage amplifier. And the draconic upgrade. I think I can make integral components. The draconic integral component. I think I can make most of this, right? Twinite. Can I make 3 of these? I'm missing shulker shells. Okay, so shulker shells. What's my best option for getting shulker shells? What about the draconic integral component thing then? You're missing netherite dust. We can make that happen fairly easy. Let me go ahead and bookmark that. Okay, so netherite dust. And then I need to teach the system how to make these 2 things. Excuse me. So we're going to teach you how to make this. We're going to teach you how to make this. Echo shards we have because we have been farming dust in our sieves. And the dust is where you get echo shards. And then a melodium plate is going to be a multi-servo press of this, and we know how to make melodium. Okay, So then I need to make the energy nullifier, which we already know how to make those. Okay, so you, and you go there, and then this just needs to go into our multi-servo press Melodium plate. So now, in theory, we should be able to request the, what mod is this? This is Thermal Endergy. We should be able to request an efficiency nullifier. And Unpronounceable says we need to use a single efficiency and 2 energy nullifiers. So we're going to do this. And let's see how ridiculous we can get this. And let's get a drawer. And I'm going to want a 2x2 drawer. Okay. All the things are crafting. It's taking a little bit for this part. While that's doing that, what about shulker shells? How do we make more shulker shells? Do I need to get into hostile neural networks? It kind of does seem to be the case that is going to be the only realistic way for me to get shulker shells. So we need to get into a loot fabricator and that whole setup. Okay, so let's do this and this. You're still requesting one more of those? Okay. Well, since we can't get into the thing yet, what about the draconic interval? Was I able to make that? The netherite dust I need to teach the system how to make. That should be as simple as throwing a netherite ingot into pulverizer or crusher. And at this point, the crusher is better. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And we should be able to request one of these. It specifically wants thermal netherite dust. So what if I grab the recipe for this? That's you. And I change it to be not exact. Or I just change it to be the netherite dust, this netherite dust. Okay. Put that back in here. Open slot right here. Sure. I don't know why there's 2 open slots there, but that's where that's going to go. So now if I request the draconic, it should be able to do that. Okay, it's going to craft a bunch of stuff, but while it does that, we can go ahead and get our Phytogenic. The Nether Star one is the one that I'm going to want to set this up on initially, just because. So let's go ahead and break this barrel, and we're going to put a drawer here. And the drawer is going to be there. We're going to take out the cyclic processor. So what it's going to do is it should push the items up to the top. And what I don't want it to do is take the seeds out. So what I need to do is, you're the one who is transfer into the router. Okay, so I need to configure this, and we are going to blacklist Nether Star seeds. Can I do the draggy thing? Okay, so it's going to blacklist the Nether Star seeds, so it should not pull those seeds into here. Let's grab those again. And now with the Phytogenic insulator, we'll actually create more seeds. But that should be able to go there. That's going to go there, and that's going to be stuck. Okay, cool. So what we want now, let's get a pusher upgrade. At this point, does it really matter? We have infinite of everything, so I'm not going to be concerned about wasting that. So we're going to say push to the down the seeds, and then we're going to set this to be an input and output. Okay, so now the seeds will come out, they'll come back up into here, and then it'll just loop. Boop, 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 boop. We can go ahead and actually lock this, and I'll grab some of the essence. Oh, okay, that worked. And then I can grab the seeds out of this, pop the seeds into there, which will get pushed back automatically, which is great. Okay, so we have our draconic integral component. And we have these things here. So now we don't have to worry about our seeds or anything. It's just going to come into here. And we'll end up getting extra seeds, right? Because the recipe for this is it going to make extra seeds? I wonder. Or is it just going to loop the seeds in there? I'm not entirely sure. But it's working. Okay, so let's go ahead and take all of this stuff out. And we can see absolutely base machine is extremely slow. Let's throw the draconic integral component in there. And just with the draconic integral component, it seems to be the same speed as what this was here. Let's go ahead and get our efficiency nullifier and our energy nullifiers in here. And I mean, we're cooking. We're actually cooking so fast that our water is unable to keep up now. So we need to get a pipes upgrade on this. So that way we can, well, not have to worry about it. At this point, let's just go ahead. I know that we have pipes. Let's teach the system how to just make all these upgrades. We're probably out of water now, though, inside of this thing. Eventually, we're going to get off of pipes. I mean, I could get into mechanism now. I've literally made all the things. But for now, I mean, this is what we have set up, so it's not a big deal. But let's craft ourselves an ultimate pipe upgrade. And then that way, you know, the water can stay going as fast as it absolutely can. So throw you in there. Now this should be full on water. So this is going pretty dang quick. Like comparatively to these other machines, it's fast. And the higher tier seeds, the slower they operate in the Nether Star as far as, or in the Phytogenic Insulator as far as I understand. So if I were to put this setup inside of another one, I think that we'd be going pretty quick. To test, the only way to really test that, I did get Withering Souls, by the way, would be for me to get tier 6 seeds, another type of tier 6 seed. That's going to require 4 dragon scales, and that gets me dragon egg seeds. What do? You make dragon egg essence, which makes dragon heads or dragon egg chunks. What do I need dragon heads for? Draconic shelves. I mean, I guess having more dragon heads would not be a bad deal. Dragon scale, and I do have those. The only thing I don't think I have is enough insanium anymore. Because, oh no, I guess I do have 4. Okay, what I'm doing here is I want to test and see is if when I get the other setup, when I get the Twinite and stuff, what's faster? The Twinite flux linkage amplifier or this setup going on here. Currently, this is using 408 RF, which is double the amount that we're using there, but it's also going quite a bit faster. Like if we take a look at our Nether Essence, we already have 219, which is pretty darn good. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's going up like 1 every second. Like, it's not a bad setup that we got going on there. So then the question becomes, oh, and then if we start throwing Phytogrow in there, geez Louise. I kind of want to do it. I know my timer just went off, but let's teach the system how to make Phytogrow. You're going to use, okay, let's be smart. Okay, we want the recipe that does 8, but we're not going to use niter dust. We're going to use potassium nitrate dust. Right? Okay, so we know how to do that. We need to know how to make this, which is going to be that. And then we can go back to Phytogrow and we can tell it how to make Appetite as well. So when we run out of Appetite, we have it available to us. I clicked the wrong button and now my terminal is tall, but that's okay. So now we should be able to craft Phytogrow. Yes. Not you. You. Okay. We should be able to get 64 Phytogrow in theory. It has to crush the dust. Do I want? Yeah, I don't want Phytogrow dust. I just want to use straight Appetite. Let me grab that back. Because that's slow, right? I have to wait for the machine to do the crush, and I don't want it to do that. Let's get Appetite. And we can replace that and that in there. Now it'll make Phytogrow even faster. So if we do this, you know what? There's open spots. There's actually quite a few open spots. Apparently I've missed some. So now if I say I want Phytogrow 64, it should be a pretty much instant craft. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. So if we throw this into there, not only does that make it even faster, but it also makes it so that you get more essence every single time. That's ridiculous. So, okay. So now what I would need to do is, instead of having bone meal exported out in the system like I have over here, we change this export bus to have a crafting card, and we say Phytogrow. So we got crafting upgrade, crafting card. Yeah. And then we say, hey, no, instead of that, do this. We're not going to craft bone meal anymore, though. You're going to do Phytogrow. So now Phytogrow should start coming into this system. And then the Phytogrow, the drawer over there doesn't know about Phytogrow, or doesn't, the modular router is what I'm trying to say, doesn't care. It's just exporting whatever's coming into that chest. So now these systems should be stocking up with Phytogrow all throughout them. And it's round robining, so they all should be getting Phytogrow, which is going to speed up this whole process even more. Nice. I like it. This is going to be a fantastic setup that we got going on. And I know I could probably make it cleaner if I were to use like laser IO, or even, I think, is XNet in the pack? Heck, I could have used XNet for this, and I love XNet. I don't know why I didn't even think to look for XNet. But I could have used XNet to handle all this without using modular routers at all, and we could have had it all hunky-dory and pretty chill, but it is what it is. We set it up this way. So if I wanted to, I could set up another set of these, like over there on our other things. We'll kind of sort of hold off and see where we end up with that. But as it stands now, I think that this is a pretty dang fast setup. Let's go ahead. I'm going to get these going with the Insanium and so we can get dragon heads being produced by the system. And then hopefully next episode, we'll start getting into hostile neural networks so I can get shulkers going so we can test out the other side of this and see if we can get that even faster. Makes sense. And you can kind of see we have a list of things on our to-do that I'd like to get going. I did go ahead and gather all the stuff needed to clear out the getting started quests. So we're up to here, which is, we have not done flux dust and everything yet, or a marine fisher and things like that. So yeah, that's where we're kind of sort of at with all of this. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one. Have a good one.